안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 소라입니다.
And I'm Ed, and you're listening to the
Vamos a Jeju podcast.
So Sora, it looks like you're not home again. Where are you in the world?
I am in Cancun, Mexico. I'm still working with Korean tourist group now.
Okay. How long have you been there in Mexico?
In Mexico, actually, this tour is 34 days with
Wow.
many Korean seniors. And we do Mexico, Cuba, Guatemala, Belize, Panama, Costa Rica.
That's
So now it's been 20 days now, and I have 14 more days to go.
well, it's not
Well,
like you're counting down or anything.
how about you? Where are you now?
I'm actually in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, and I'm here for just a few days to meet a friend, someone I've known for a long time, and so he's got this idea of launching Vietnam as a cycling tourism destination in 2026. And speaking of ideas, our idea for today's episode is really to look at some of the famous places in Jeju, and between you, Sora, as a inbound Jeju tour guide, and me having spent a lot of months doing DIY independent travel in Jeju, I thought we might be able to put together some places that everybody thinks they should go to based on what they see on Instagram, but maybe they should think twice.
We talked about the tourist trap and actual touristy place, but worth going. And we were talking what is the difference between those two. And we end up concluding this as like, is it worth to go? And does it have wow factor? And the last thing is the effort, like time, distance.
Alrighty, so with all that in mind, just to recap, so a tourist trap in our definition is whether, first of all, by default, it has to be a place that's famous and there's some degree of appeal, maybe on social media or just word of mouth. That's the first piece. The second piece is, is it going to be really crowded? The third piece, is it very difficult to get there? And then also whether it's overpriced. We're going to try and figure out what are some of those places that you will probably have heard of or seen on the Instagram, but then we're going to try and break it down as to whether or not those are really worth going to. So with that, Sora, why don't you get started with the list, the first of the list. We have 10, right? We have 10 of these tourist traps.
We have 10,
awesome.
right?
Yes.
So I think the number one tourist trap in Jeju is the mysterious road.
So number one means the worst, right?
The worst.
So number one doesn't mean the best. Number one means just don't bother.
Please, never go, never ever.
Don't waste your time. Yeah. Okay. So number one, mysterious
don't
road.
Go, please.
So what's so mysterious about the mysterious roads?
Basically, in the mystery road, it looks like going up, but actually when you put something on the road, it goes down. It's kind of illusion.
Right.
And sometimes it's not working well. So, because when I have this on my itinerary from the agency, I feel like, what do I do if it's not working? So I always prepare Coca-Cola can so it can roll easily.
Right.
So if it's like water bottle, it's never gonna work.
There are others that we didn't agree on, but we both definitely agreed that mysterious road
100%,
is the stupidest, dumbest thing to do in Jeju. Especially if you go there just for the mysterious road.
Just
you just
for
wasted
this?
all
No.
that time. So the next one I see in English and our notes, a rock. Why don't you take it from here?
I mean, in Jeju, there are a lot of rock and some of them are really beautiful. Like if it's nearby, maybe you can just walk. But if it's like far away, 1 hour, 2 hour, then it's not worth to like spend your time and money and effort.
Right.
For example, in the Jeju city near the airport, there's one rock named Yongdu-am, which is the volcanic rock but looks like a dragon. And
Okay.
yeah, and actually some people like it, but I don't see it as a primary place to go. If it's nearby, you can go, but don't go only for that. And then the other one in the south, near Seogwipo City, there's Waedolge, which means like only rock. It's like very tall rock in front of the ocean. It's
Mhm.
beautiful, but I don't think you should go to 1.5 hours to only to see this rock.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's called Lonely Rock. Yeah, so for the audience, we'll be putting these in like a romanization, like in English letters or in letters in the show notes. So if you couldn't catch what Sora said in Korean, we'll have it in romanized letters in the show notes. So that's Yongdu Am and
Mhm,
Wetoge. So
mhm.
I guess to summarize, if it's easy to get to, if you're already there, maybe, but yeah, don't go all the way just for that. Okay, what else do we have next?
And number 3 is Cheonjiyeon Waterfall. And actually, in Jeju, we have 3 waterfalls. In the south, Seogwipo City, we have many waterfalls. And then there are 3 popular ones. And they are beautiful, but they are very small, cute. So if you ever tried any other waterfall like Iguazu or like Victoria Fall,
Mm-hmm.
Niagara, then you will be like, is this all?
Yeah.
Anyway, Cheonjiyeon Waterfall, it become popular because it's part of UNESCO, like Geopark. It's nice to walk around at night because they open until late. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're staying in the south, it's good to just walk around at night.
So what are the other 2 waterfalls?
So the second one is Cheonjeyeon Waterfall. It's similar, like very similar name, but Cheonjeyeon is even smaller.
Even
But
smaller?
we yeah, even smaller. But there's 3 different waterfall. And the first one is actually become waterfall where only when it's rain.
Okay.
But actually the first one is really beautiful. The color of water is really beautiful. And then the backgrounds of the waterfall is the Jusangjeolli.
And then the third one,
And the third one
and
is
I don't mean the third step, I mean the third waterfall.
so the third one is Jeongbang Waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this is the only waterfall that comes from the river
Okay,
to the sea directly.
I see. And
And it's
it's
also I think 20 meters, 22, 23 meters.
that's the number 3, the
Mhm,
waterfalls
mhm,
in the
mhm,
southern part of Jeju. What's
mhm.
next, Sora?
Number 4 is Udo Island. Udo Island is a small island right next to Jeju Island. So it's island of an island.
All right, and it's on the
Uh-huh.
eastern side,
And
if I remember correctly.
right.
Right.
So from like Seongsan, Sunrise Peak, there's a ferry. So it takes like 15, 20 minutes to go to Udo Island.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be very beautiful and a lot of people liked it. But nowadays, it's kind of changed it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere is not like before.
Okay. You mentioned earlier, Sora, that the nature is still very beautiful. But
Mm-hmm.
what you did allude to was the ambiance of the island has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because of bigger tour groups now, or
Yeah,
uh,
it
right,
is, right. Right.
right,
Because some like drivers told me that if you take like big tourist group to Udo Island, you get like commission.
right?
So lots of drivers want to take them to Udo Islands. And then usually, when we have like big tourist group, when we have like many of them, the atmosphere is not really, like authentic. Right. So that's kind of pity for me because it used to be very beautiful place.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I remember like
nowadays,
when you go to the top of the mountain, there's the lighthouse museum right under
mm-hmm,
the lighthouse. That view was very beautiful. You can look back at Songsan
mm-hmm,
Ilchubong, Songsan
right, right,
Sunrise Peak.
mm-hmm,
On a clear day, you even see Halasan. But
mm-hmm,
so, but that part is hard to get to because you have to actually climb all the way up. So
mm-hmm,
there was fewer people there, but in the
mm-hmm.
lower lying areas, it's just really crowded. So
Right, right.
yeah, wasn't my favorite.
Hey, right.
Eh.
Hmm.
And in case the
Okay.
audience is looking at me going like, "Oh, this Ed really hates Jeju." No, I love
Mm.
Jeju. We're just talking about the parts that were not great. Okay, so what's next on
Right.
our list?
So number 5 is Dongwon Market and maybe Ole Market in Seogwipo, like
Okay,
the so-called traditional market.
right. And so Dongmun Market is in Jeju City in the north. Ole Daily
Uh,
Market is in
mhm,
Seogwipo
in
in the south.
Seogwipo.
Right.
Right, right. So the market itself, it's good to just look around for like 20, 30 minutes, but it's also not a like to go destination
Mm-hmm.
because there's nothing really special around. But I mean, it was actually just a traditional market to sell like vegetables, fruits, and fish. And now, plus we have like food truck,
Mm-hmm.
and they sell some, like Jeju special black pork or the abalone or some
Right.
seafood.
Right.
And and we also think it's kind of overprices, like because like with 10,000 won, you can have like one full meal in the restaurant,
Right.
but in the market you get like just one skewer.
Yeah. Yeah. 10,000 won is around $7 US. Yes. You could literally get a full meal with great side dishes in a regular restaurant. But yeah, in Dongmun Market and Ole Market in Seogwipo, that won't get you very far at all. I
Right.
like that you mentioned black pork earlier because that's actually next on our list. Black pork.
Right, right. Right.
Yes. So tell us about this famous black pork.
Because in Jeju, like one of the Jeju specialty is black pork, meaning the pig with the black fur.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like different
Mm-hmm.
species.
Mm-hmm.
And traditionally, Jeju people, they grow this black pig at home, especially in the toilet.
Yes.
So the pigs were eating the
Poop. You can say it.
poo,
Poop.
dong, from
Yes.
the human.
Audience,
And
dong is poop in Korean.
it was the way of, eco-friendly living in Jeju.
Right. It's like a circle,
Yeah,
right? Like
right, circle.
humans eat
Yes.
stuff, humans poop, pigs eat poop, pigs poop, and then the poop is used to like fertilize plants, and then the cycle goes on and on.
Right, right.
Right.
In Jeju City, we have one street full of black pork restaurant, barbecue place.
Right. And that's called Black Pork Street, I guess, in English.
Mm-hmm.
And in
Yes, right.
Korean, it's Huktoezi Kori.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had it a few times. So the first time I
Mm-hmm.
had it, I was like, this wasn't okay. Maybe because as a tourist or a traveler, I went to the wrong place or something like that. So the next time, like I actually made friends with the Airbnb host. And I said, hey,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we go for Black Pork? It's my treat, but you pick the place. And so she
Mm-hmm.
picked a really good place. I was very excited because, okay, now we have the
Mm-hmm.
real black pork, and it wasn't in the famous tourist area. It was like a small little
Mm-hmm.
place that was run by
Mm-hmm.
Hanyo.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there. I was like, oh, that's it. Okay, then it's just like my first one.
Okay.
And then the third time I had it with you and Jaden and my
Uh-huh.
cousin when we went to
Uh-huh.
Jeju.
I
And
that
I'm
one was just okay.
trying to say is like I've had black pork a couple of times now, and it's just I cannot tell the
Okay.
difference.
Actually, lots of like Jeju native people, they don't eat black pork.
Oh,
Cause in Jeju, like local restaurant, they sometimes sell like black pork and white pork. And there are lots of like Jeju residency, they always choose like white pork.
Right. And to be
And it's a,
clear, white
mhm.
pork and black pork, they look the same, right?
I think so, just the fur.
Right. So by the time you see the meat, they look the
Uh-huh.
same. You,
But you see the fur
on the meat?
sometimes, yeah. Because
Oh, okay.
오겹살, because
Yes.
you know 삼겹살 and 오겹살, right?
Right. Samgyeopsal is three layer
Mm-hmm.
fat, and okgyeopsal is 5 layer fat. Yes.
Right. So those 5 layer includes the skin.
I see. And then you see so that's how you know it's real black pork. It's got black fur on
Mhm,
it. That sounds
mhm,
terrible.
mhm.
That sounds disgusting. It's like, okay. So if the audience hasn't figured it out yet, I'm not a fan of like spending more money for what is perceived to me anyway to taste the same. So yeah, it's black pork is try it once, I guess, but I wouldn't go
Yeah.
out of your way to
Mhm, mhm.
try it. It's not gonna be any
Right, right.
better than regular pork.
Mm. Mhm, mhm. I
Okay,
think so.
so what's next on our list?
Okay, so number 7 is Ewol Cafe Street.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
Wall Cape
Mhm,
Collie,
mhm,
and there's another
mhm.
one, Hamdok. Okay, there's two
Also
places. There's two
Hamda.
beaches.
Mhm. But actually those beaches in Ewol and Hamdok are really beautiful, but what I mean
Yes.
is the cafe street.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays the cafe street becomes so popular. So many like overpriced cafe and lots of tourists just like taking photo in front of the places.
Right. So
So,
typically they buy a drink and then they spend like 5 minutes taking a photo of the drink in their hand. And then
mhm,
that doesn't sound terrible, but then you multiply by those people doing it at the same time, all trying to find their own
mhm.
angles that makes it look like they're the only ones there, but they're not. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
right.
So
Because
when you say
so there,
overpriced, Sarah, like
mhm,
how much are we talking about?
coffee can be like 10,000 won.
Okay, that is ridiculous.
Mm.
Like if you go for
Yeah.
like a
Mm.
regular, like a mega
Mega
coffee
coffee.
or compost coffee or pektabang coffee, is like I think right now is around 1,700 won, 1,700
Right.
won.
Like usually like in overpriced cafe, like Americano is like 7,000, eight
I
thousand.
see. Okay, so it's not
Mhm.
okay. Gotcha.
So for mhm,
Let me clarify. What the prices I mentioned was about the drink I always drink, which is Americano. But if you were to do
mhm.
like a latte or
Like
whatever, then yes,
latte,
maybe it's
like
like
10,000.
3,001 or something.
Because I don't know, there's like in Jeju, there's like many like fancy, beautiful cafe. If you like to go like cafe hopping, then maybe it's a good place to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just want to enjoy the view or relax, then it's not the place.
Right. Okay. And so, is it the same for the other beach on the list, Hamdok? Is it also like a cafe kind of a situation?
Also, there's a lot of cafe, but Hamdok nowadays, also this beach is really, really beautiful. The color, like it's emerald. Yeah. But the thing is now there are too many people. Also, like tourist group comes to Hamdok to visit there. So sometimes you see like big like cruise bus is coming to the beach
Yeah.
and like 40, 50 people coming at once.
Yeah. You can always
Yeah.
tell because like you can see like those giant parking places for buses. Jeju is
Mm-hmm.
just not Airwall and Hamdok. Those
Mm-hmm.
are two of like many beaches, and so there are a lot of other alternatives to go to where you can get the beauty of the beaches but not the crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we've got
Okay. So,
Songup Folk Village.
mhm.
So
This one, for me, I think it's 50-50.
okay, like
Like,
50-50 means maybe worth
you,
going but maybe not, but they're all
yeah.
very far away. They're all very far away, right?
Right, right. So if you're
So
staying in the Sogipo, like south, then maybe
okay.
worth it. Maybe worth it. Yeah.
Okay, and it's worth it because, especially Songup Folk Village, it
Mm-hmm.
is people still live there. right?
Right. So this is a folk village where still people like living, like around 60 people is living there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually a folk place from like Joseon Dynasty. And they preserve them from the Joseon Dynasty. And you
Okay.
can actually see like traditional houses and the architecture. Hmm. And also, like, if you enjoyed the K drama, When
Mm-hmm.
Life Gives You a Tangerine, you're
Right.
gonna see like something similar environment here.
So I guess that's why you say it's 50-50. Like it's a long way to get there. It can be crowded sometimes, but then at the same time it is also pretty realistic and authentic. Next on our list is Jusangjeolli Cliff, which
What is
okay.
Jusangjeolli Cliff?
Uh, so when I saw it, like okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to like be less biased against it. I'll talk about the good things. The good things is that it's legitimately very beautiful. The hexagonal shapes of the rocks really
Mm-hmm.
reminded me of what I saw in Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
and it's hexagonal columns, and it looks really amazing. It boggles
Mm-hmm.
your mind how nature can produce shapes like that. That's the good part. The
Uh-huh.
bad part is there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more people. And so they've got like
Right.
a narrow little platforms that they build a platform overlooking these
Mm-hmm.
columns, and it's almost
Mm-hmm.
always full of people. Sometimes I wonder if the platforms will
Right.
actually hold. Will this collapse and all us fall to our death? There's so many people, and everyone's trying to like take their own photos. They all want to make it look like they're the only ones there. It's just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
It's kind of stressful.
it's very stressful. And then it's like and then they try to, and people are pushing and shoving you, especially if the tourists are from a certain country who have no manners. They're just like shoving you aside. It's not pleasant. So yeah, at the same time it is still very beautiful, and that's why it's not number one on the list of tourist
Mm-hmm.
traps. It's like number
Mm-hmm.
nine is like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe it's worth going to because it's so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, but maybe you have to pack a lot of patience. You have to pack in your bag patience and understanding
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. If you're already feeling stressed and grumpy before you get there, you get even more stressed and grumpy. But if you pack patience and kindness, maybe you can manage it, because you're gonna get just jostled around a little bit, and
Right.
it's yeah, but it is beautiful.
So the number 10 tourist trap is Osulloc Tea Museum. For me, it's also 50-50. Like,
Hmm?
can be very nice for someone, but it's also kind of stressful because there are so many people. There's a tourist and also lots of school field trip bus is coming here, like every school bus. So you will hear high schooler screaming each other
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Right, right.
right.
But the thing is, Osorlog is the biggest green tea farm in Jeju. And you're gonna see like huge green tea field. And then there's like Innisfree, the cosmetic shop, and then the tea cafe and tea museum.
Yeah,
So,
they do not do justice to the word museum.
mhm.
It's not a tea
the
museum. It's like maybe like one or two exhibits, and then it's basically a part of
mhm.
the cafe itself. It's part of the
Right,
gift
right.
shop. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest part is gift shop, and then to buy a green tea, maybe you have to line up like 10-20 minutes to
Yep.
pay.
Yes.
Because when you think of like tea place, it should be like tranquil, relax. But this place is very tense. Right.
Sometimes you like. I remember when we went there, we couldn't get a place to sit when we ordered coffee, so we had
Mm-hmm.
to like wait
Mm-hmm.
around for like on to leave, and then normally Koreans will clean up after their own table when they leave, but not
Mm-hmm.
tourists from some countries, and they'll
Okay.
leave a mess.
Oh
And so the
no.
staff will obviously clean up, but then there's so many tables that the staff don't always have enough time. And so
Uh,
I mean, you know me, I'm perfectly fine cleaning up anyway. So I do it just to be able to sit down. But despite the efficiency of the Korean staff, it's just
Mm-hmm.
not enough to cater to certain tourists who just
Mm.
who don't give a shit about other people. They just don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels like very busy food court.
Yes, that's exactly the vibe. The vibe, you go there expecting a very tranquil tea house kind of vibe, but then you end up going like, oh my gosh, I'm in the food court. It's
Mm-hmm.
noisy. It's like a
Right.
lot of like people
Right.
talking and
Right.
yelling, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just not that fun.
Right. Exactly.
So that's our a list of 10, 10 tourist traps. It
Mm-hmm.
is earlier I mentioned that Sora and I agreed on number one, Mysterious Road. What
Right.
were the ones that we kind of didn't agree on? We had to talk about it before we put it on the list. Do you remember?
I think Osulloc, you told me number one was Osulloc, and I was like,
That's
Osulloc,
true. You're
some people,
right.
because some
You're
people
right.
like it. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So to be
Mm-hmm.
fair, that's my bias. Instead of Mysterious Road, I was gonna put Osulloc Tea Museum there, and then
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sora talked me down from the cliff. It's like, no, actually, it's quite nice and the stuff like that. It's like, but I still want it on the list. And she's like, okay, how about we put it on number 10? So that's right. You're right. Ocelot
Yeah.
Tea Museum was definitely
Uh-huh.
one that we did not agree on.
Right. Based on what other tourists says. Like sometimes
Mm-hmm.
people like Osulloc, Jusangjeolli, or Folk Village, but Mystery Road, rarely.
Yeah. Even the tourists are like, what has just happened? Like, what? So yeah, so those are our list of top 10 tourist traps, and I hope you find this useful, especially after we've covered in the previous episode the touristy places that we're worth going to, and so that kind of strikes a nice balance between the places that we feel are really worth going to, but then also the darker side, so to speak, of the
Uh-huh.
places that you
Uh-huh.
should probably avoid. So here's the part of the show where, as always, we share some essential Korean phrases that are gonna be very helpful for you when you visit Jeju and, of course, Korea in general. We call it Handy Korean with Sora Sam.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
So, Sora, what are we going to share with our audience in today's episode?
So today we're gonna talk about the variation of yes and no, because you're gonna see lots of tourist trap in Jeju or in Korea. Then you should say no for this. So we're gonna talk about this. So the basic simple one, yes, is 네, 네. N-E-N,
Ne.
네. But some of my students told me it sounds like D. Because sometimes people make it like
Yes.
de. I think because people want to make it sounds like cute. Like especially the young girls, they do like de. Yeah. But it's actually M, 네. And then to say no,
Mm-hmm.
아니요, 아니요. Mhm. So this
Right.
is the formal one, yes and no. Then how do you say like casual one? There's many variation, right?
Yeah, so like honestly, I'm not the most comfortable speaking in casual Korean, Pangmao as it's called, because I spent like years learning Cheongdaemao, the formal version. But yes, you can say yes. It's just like making little noises like oh, um, like all that works as yes. Oh,
Right.
maybe
Hmm.
is for guys and is for women.
No, no, doesn't
Does
matter.
it
I
matter?
also use just
Yeah,
the
but honestly,
sounds.
yeah.
Hmm.
But honestly, the very first time I learned Korean about maybe 4 years ago, the original very formal version had like a yeah, which I thought was like, oh yeah, it sounds like English, yeah. So I started
Yeah.
using that, and I realized that actually that's very formal, and it's usually like when someone someone who's more senior than you talks to you and you want to say yes to that person who's above you in rank, you will say yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
more like, or maybe at the work or in the army, like yeah.
Right. Sounds like army.
We talked about how the informal yes is or but what is the informal no?
Informal no is 아니? 아니? No, 아니?
So you just drop the last yo sound at the end. So it
Right.
goes
So
from
usually.
아니요 to 아니.
Mhm.
So I will just say 아니요 to all these tourist traps on Jeju. So
아니요.
that is yeah, 아니요.
Like,
Mysterious road, 아니요.
아니요,
So
아니요.
if you like to see these phrases of like different variations of yes and no we covered today, just check out our show notes. And if today's show has gotten you thinking, like, maybe I should say 네 to Jeju, we've got something special for you. We've taken everything that Sora and I know about Jeju as a DIY traveler, and we've put it into a 14-part email series just for you.
So to get that email straight to your inbox, just sign up at vamosajeju.com/start. And for the latest update, you can follow us, Vamosa Jeju, on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group. And finally, the best way for a new podcast like ours to grow is organically. So if you found this episode helpful, please share us with your friends. And who knows, maybe we will vamos a Jeju together.
And with that, all that's left for us to say is
안녕.
Au revoir. 再见.
Hasta
Selamat
luego.
jalan.
Ciao, ciao.
Get all our latest articles, videos, and resources on Jeju DIY travel, culture, and history at vamosajeju.com. That's VAMOSAJEJU.com. If you would like to get updates about Jeju or even Korea sent straight to your email, sign up for our dispatches at vamosajeju.com/update. And finally, the best way for a new podcast like this to grow is organically. So if you found this episode helpful, please share us with a friend. And who knows, maybe you'll Vamos a Jeju together this year. The Vamos or Jeju podcast is part of the Passport Optional Network.